Hello, welcome to OMAT. Glad you're here. We're going to get into our 8 very simple, not necessarily easy exercises, but excuse me, everything is hard until it's easy. You ever watch a child try to walk? Hello, it's so easy, just walk. What about when they're trying to learn how to tie their shoe? Easy. Why isn't it happening? But of course, everything is hard until it's easy. It's so easy for us to look at people who don't know what we know and go, why don't you know that? But remember things like your first day of work and how uneasy you felt, even though you qualified for the job, you got the job, and you still, even not knowing where the bathroom is or what to do in the kitchen, is there a kitchen? All of that stuff is uneasy. All of it, when it's new, it's just a little bit more challenging. So let's remember, when we're having a hard time, everything that's hard, everything that is hard, everything that's easy starts off hard. I guess it's hard to remember. Let's get into our practice. Let's do some simple things that if we repeat them, they will become a little bit easier. And some days they'll feel a little more challenging, but we'll remember it doesn't matter if it feels challenging. It doesn't matter if it's difficult. We are learning how to get into that difficult thing. We're learning how to maintain, take breaks, rest when we need. All of that is hard to do until we practice it. So let's get into our practice. Let's get into being present, knowing that nobody's after us right now. This is the time that we allotted for these things. So let's do them. Let's get into our first exercise of gratitude. We're going to say thank you to anything and anyone. We don't have to challenge ourselves too much. We look around. Maybe we're thankful that we woke up. Maybe we're thankful that we have water. Let's find something or someone or anything, the smallest item in our life, to be able to have some gratitude. Let's practice right now. Let's wrap for now. Finding our water. And finding that looking for gratitude sometimes is challenging, sometimes isn't that easy, but let's remember, if we keep practicing, everything that's hard will be easy at some point. Let's practice meditating. It's not easy to interrupt our thoughts. We think it's so important to stay in that headspace. Let's interrupt so that we have that practice, so it becomes a little bit easier to decide what to think about in our mind. So follow your breath maybe, or maybe on every exhale, relax a muscle. But let's sit in any comfortable position, eyes opened or closed, and breathe. As we come back, let's find our water. And if that was difficult, if you kept thinking about that thing that you promised yourself you wouldn't think about again, remember, we're practicing being uncomfortable. In that 1 minute, you practiced sitting through that discomfort and trying again. Sitting through the discomfort and trying again. Let's keep practicing that. If you're uncomfortable with writing, here is a chance, without any consequence, to write something down, rip it up afterwards, to practice the discomfort of doing something. Let's do it. Let's find anything to write right now. Let's wrap the sentence or thought. Let's practice pausing our writing. Even if we were in the middle of something, even if we just got to something, let's practice by taking water and moving along. And how do you change your mind? In lots of different ways, but one way is by changing your body. We're going to do a sun salutation or stretch in any way, but as soon as you get up or move your body, your mind starts to change also. So let's do it. Mind and body working together. Inhale your arms up. Keep inhaling as your arms rise. As your gaze rises, look up and fold forward on the exhale. And we're hanging over our feet. Our knees are as bent as we want or need them to be. When we're ready, halfway lift. That's a flat back that's parallel to the ground, straightening out the legs and looking up. Let's meet in a high plank. High plank. Plant your palms down, step your feet back. Excuse me, I got a brain fog for a second, and lower the body all the way down to the ground. Once your whole body's on the ground, push your palms, look up, and let's meet in down dog. Hips up, and your heels are as close to the ground as they can here. Maybe bending one knee and then the other. I like to do that in that pose. And then walk your feet forward towards your hands and start rising up, meeting your palm above your head, and then exhaling it down to the center of the chest. And maybe you had a little hesitation too, just like I did. That's fine. Maybe you skipped a pose. Either way, let's have some water. Sometimes I add poses. Sometimes I stay in one of the poses a little longer than the other ones. It's completely fine. We're listening to our body. It's working with our mind. Let's go into a plank. The plank pose. The very, very strong plank pose where we're using all of our muscles. Let's get ready. How do we do that? Sometimes I get ready by getting into a physical ready position so that my mind doesn't keep going with it. It's my body that's ready. My mind will follow. Let's get in that ready position, mind and body, however your brain works. In 3, 2, 1, we're up in the plank pose. Why are we up in the plank pose right now? Well, we promised ourselves we would do it. This is the time for the planking exercise, and we've been in for 10 seconds. Congratulations. Let's find the strength. As this very easy pose, it's one pose, it gets more challenging. For 20 seconds, you're in it. Let's follow the breath, making sure that you're breathing, both inhale and exhale, for 30 more seconds. We are more than halfway done. So I know it's getting more challenging. How do you meet a challenge? Maybe you talk to yourself and say, hey, we got this for 20 more seconds. Let's just do it one moment at a time. Every time we want to come down off this plank, we rethink it. And let's keep doing that for 10 seconds. What do you have, mind and body, just for today for 5 more seconds? And 3, 2, 1, and Done. Come down off your plank and take your time to stretch your way back. Maybe you want to do a down dog that helps you get up, or maybe just move slowly into another position, finding the water and finding the credit. All of your muscles were just worked. Everything that is allowed to be used, that can be used, was just used. Give yourself some credit, give yourself some water, and let's give ourselves some space to move into breaking some procrastination. This is something that you, for 1 minute, you really only can do a small task, but we're going to teach ourselves that small tasks, they compound. If we keep doing it, if I keep throwing something out every day, I will be minus 365 things of garbage at the end of the year. Let's try it out, looking for the smallest task to take on right now. Let's wrap the task for now. Very important to always consider that everything is for now. We're wrapping it for now. So that panic of, but I'm not done, but I just got started, but, doesn't matter. We're taking water. It's helping us transition into our connection minute. Now, with connection, you're thinking about someone else, you're saying hi, you're reaching out, but I think it's perfectly okay to use that time to let them know what you're up to. Hey, I just broke some procrastination in this way, or I did a 20-second plank this morning. I'm trying to get to 1 minute. Those are all thoughts that can be sent out and connecting with other people. Let's try any way of connection, looking to focus on that right now. Let's wrap for now. Finding the water. Cheers for trying, right? Like I was talking about kids earlier. We even say hi, Johnny, say hi, Cindy. Socializing, it needs that practice, needs to reach out. We need to, even at our discomfort, say hello. And now we shake it off. Let's stand if we could stand. We're going to work out anything that we're allowed to move. Your body, it gets to move. Let's exercise it so we can continue to use it. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Start moving your body. That's just what we're doing for 1 minute for now. So let's put that energy into it, mind and body. That's 10 seconds. Now, this is what discipline is. If you don't want to, if you don't have the motivation, if you still get to it, there's your discipline for 20 seconds. Again, this is 1 minute. You're proving to yourself that you can do the thing that you said you would do by doing it for 1 minute. So if you haven't started with 30 seconds left, you can keep the promise to yourself by starting right now. And you can keep the promise to yourself by continuing for 20 seconds. If you're not in pain, if you can meet the challenge, if it's getting a little tough, but you can get tough with it without hurting yourself, let's keep going for 10 seconds. Let's find out what we can do as strong as we can do it for today, for now, for 3, 2, 1, and you're done. Wow, wow, wow. How does that feel? Thank you for taking OMAT.